Toronto is the capital city of the Canadian province of Ontario, with a recorded population of 2,794,356 in 2021. It is the most populous city in Canada and the fourth most populous city in North America. Toronto is an international center of business, finance, arts, and culture, and is recognized as one of the most multicultural and cosmopolitan cities in the world. Hey fact friends, it's Neil here, back with another Whispered Facts ASMR episode. And today we are going to do a very soft and slow whispered episode as we look at the city of Toronto in Canada, a place of particular interest to me, as I actually have a friend who moved out there some years ago, and I've yet to pay him a visit. But it is certainly something that I plan to do, and I'm really excited to learn more about the city today with you guys. So, get comfortable, lie back, relax, and let yourself drift away as we find out more about Toronto today. Fact number 1. Toronto was incorporated in 1834, just 7 years after the first British settlers arrived. It was once the capital of Upper Canada, and it served as a city during both World Wars I and II. Fact number 2. Toronto is home to many skyscrapers and high-rise office buildings, in addition to its well-known landmarks like the CN Tower. Residents of Toronto are called Torontonians, I believe that word is, and it's spelled T-O-R-O-N-T-O-N-I-A-N-S, and that is a word that I am seeing for the very first time today, and I believe it is pronounced Torontonians, but I could be wrong. Fact number 3. Toronto's official motto is diversity, our strength. Its current mayor is John Tory, who took office on December the 1st, 2014, for his second term as mayor of Toronto. Toronto has a population over 2.7 million in the city itself, with just over 5.5 million inside the Greater Toronto area. This makes it the largest population centre and metropolitan area in Canada. Together with its suburbs, there are about 7.4 million residents living in the area. Fact number 5. Toronto was rated as one of the world's most livable cities by Economist magazine and has been consistently ranked highly among the world's most livable cities by Mercer Human Resource Consulting and the Economist Intelligence Unit. In 2012, Toronto was ranked as a better global city, listed as one of 7 alongside cities such as New York City, London, Sydney, Tokyo, and Paris. Fact number 6. Toronto is one of the most diverse cities in the world, with about 50% of its citizens born outside of Canada. It is home to the largest population of Lebanese, South Asians, Chinese, and Iranians outside of their respective countries. And I have to say that I really like when countries are made up of a lot of different nationalities. I think it's really interesting when you mix cultures, and I personally love to meet people here in Northern Ireland who were born in other countries. I love to hear about their childhoods and their upbringings and things of that nature. I just think it's extremely interesting to talk to people who are from different countries, places that are completely different to where I was brought up. So yeah, I really like this fact. Fact number 7. Toronto has a strong performing arts scene and has played host to such notable figures as Sarah Bernhardt, Enrico Caruso, and Charlie Chaplin. The annual Toronto International Film Festival is one of the most popular film festivals in North America. It attracts big name stars such as George Clooney and Sandra Bullock, and is a major annual event for tourists. Fact number 8. One of Toronto's main airports is named after a World War II pilot who was killed in an airplane crash near the city in 1940. Billy Bishop, for William Avery Bishop. I think that's quite an interesting fact as well. We actually have an airport where I'm from that is named after a very famous footballer whose name was George Best. He was probably without doubt the best footballer to ever come from Northern Ireland, and we honoured him by naming the city airport the George Best City Airport. Fact number 9. Lester B. Pearson International Airport is located in the north of Toronto on the shore of Lake Ontario and is a hub for Air Canada. It is the largest airport in Canada. So we just have a few facts in this section of the video about various airports within Canada. So in this particular fact, we learn that Lester B. Pearson International Airport is the largest airport within Canada. Fact number 10. Toronto Pearson has 5 terminals. Terminals 1 to 3 and 5, with 43 gates serving over 25 million passengers per year through more than 150 destinations. Terminal 4 is used by the low-cost carrier WestJet. And we have one final fact about the airports. Fact number 11. There are 3 short-term parking lots at the airport, all located near terminals 1 and 3, at a maximum daily rate of $18 per day. Long-term parking lots are located near terminals 1, 2, and 3 at a maximum daily rate of $21 per day. Fact number 12. Among many things, Toronto is famous for its street art, and some of it is even featured in its own annual art show called Graffiti Alley. Fact number 13. While Toronto is a multicultural city, over 80% of its residents are speakers of English as their first language, and over 20% speak languages like Punjabi, Urdu, Polish, Spanish, and Italian. And this brings us back to a previous fact about the different nationalities that live in Toronto. But I must admit, I've never heard of the language Urdu, which is spelled U-R-D-U. But I really love the diversity that the citizens of Toronto offer. I think it's amazing. Fact number 14. The Toronto Stock Exchange is the 7th largest stock exchange in the world by market capitalization, and the largest in Canada. It is also home to Canadian companies like Toronto Dominion Bank, Royal Bank of Canada, and Canadian National Railway. Fact number 15. Toronto has many nicknames, but the popular ones are T.O. and the Six. T.O. refers to Toronto, Ontario, and the Six originated from hip-hop. So yeah, I think that's quite a fun fact to learn a couple of the nicknames of Toronto. And I would certainly like to learn a bit more about this nickname, the Sixth, and how it originated from hip-hop. Fact number 16. The CN Tower is a major international tourist destination for sightseers and was once the tallest freestanding structure and remains one of the most prominent structures in the Toronto skyline. It is 553 meters tall, over 1,815 feet, with 2 observation levels at 346 meters, which is 1,136 feet. And of course, I have heard of the CN Tower, but I don't know a whole lot about it. And I actually chat to a fellow ASMR creator who was recently at the CN Tower, so I managed to hear a little bit about it and also see some photographs as well. So I think it would be a fabulous place to visit. Fact number 17. Toronto has many sports teams, but none more famous than the Toronto Maple Leafs of the National Hockey League. They were founded in 1917 and are one of the most historic teams in professional hockey. And as you probably know, I am a sports fan myself, but ice hockey is not one of the sports that I follow, although I do know who the Toronto Maple Leafs are, which proves that they are a very well-known and successful team, even to those who don't necessarily follow the sport. Fact number 18. Many people have visited Toronto's Hockey Hall of Fame, which is home to over 3,000 displays that demonstrate the proud heritage and history of Canada's national game. Yeah, so this is something that I wasn't necessarily thinking about, but now that it's mentioned, ice hockey is the national game of Canada, and a big reason for that is the climate, I would imagine, as Canada gets extremely cold winters, which make where I come from seem a lot milder in comparison. A lot of the time when people mention how cold it is here in winter, just in passing in conversation, I often reply to them by saying, at least it's not Canada, to which they usually smile at or give a little chuckle to, and it's true. But people here in the UK do tend to moan a lot about the weather, particularly in winter, and how cold it is. But really, it's nothing compared to the winters in places like Canada. Fact number 19. Toronto is home to many festivals, like the Pride Festival, Caribana Festival, Feast of Fields, and many others. It is also home to many art exhibits at some of its major museums, like the Royal Ontario Museum, Art Gallery of Ontario, and Bata Shoe Museum, among others. And I'm not 100% sure if I've pronounced that correctly. It is spelled B-A-T-A, so it could be Bata Shoe Museum. I'm not exactly sure. Facts number 20. Professional baseball has a long history in Toronto, dating back to the late 19th century. The Toronto Blue Jays currently play in Exhibition Stadium, also known as Skydome, which was built quickly after World War II, with its first game being played on June the 5th, 1989, against against their divisional rivals, the Baltimore Orioles, I think that is. Orioles, the Baltimore Orioles. Fact number 21. The Toronto Raptors are a major league professional basketball team that was founded in 1995 and play their games at the Scotia Bank Arena, I believe that is, which is located in downtown Toronto. It is the only Canadian team to play in the NBA. Oh wow. That's a fact I never knew before, that there is only one Canadian team who play in the NBA. Fact number 22. Toronto also has many of its own parks, including High Park, Riverdale Park, and Centennial Park, among others. These parks are enjoyed by locals and tourists alike for activities such as walking, cycling, or fishing. Fact number 23. At 1,815 feet tall, the CN Tower was the tallest freestanding structure in the world up until 2007, and held that title for 32 years. Despite losing that title, the CN Tower remains the largest freestanding structure in the Western Hemisphere. It is also the most identifiable structure in Toronto. So yeah, we have another fact here about the CN Tower. So up until 2007, it was actually the world's tallest freestanding structure. But yeah, buildings, they just seem to be getting bigger and bigger, and I actually watched the movie Skyscraper, I believe it was called, with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson recently, and it was a lot of fun. It was set on this skyscraper that was bigger than is probably ever humanly possible to build, but it was a lot of fun. So check that out if you're interested in action movies starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Fact number 24. The lowest recorded temperature Toronto has ever had was minus 31.3 degrees Celsius without wind chill in 1943. My goodness, that is unbelievably cold. And I was mentioning earlier about the comparison between Canadian winters and winters in the UK, with Canadian winters being so much colder. I can't imagine ever being in Canada during the winter. I don't like the cold. anybody who lives in Canada, I applaud you for putting up with the exceptionally cold winters there. Fact number 25. The Toronto Zoo is the largest zoo in Canada and the third largest in the world, housing 16,000 animals of 491 different species. Located in Scarborough, the Toronto Zoo spans an incredible 710 acres. And something that I've noticed about the facts contained within this video is that Toronto contains the largest of a whole different things within Canada. So we have the largest buildings, the most population, etc. And here we have the largest zoo in Canada as well. And I'm a big fan of animals, as you may or may not know, so I absolutely love going to the zoo, and I've been to a number of different zoos within different countries. I've been to the zoo here, of course, in Northern Ireland, and I've also been to a zoo in France, which was very large as well, and I had a great day there. And I've also been to a zoo in Bulgaria that was very large and enjoyable as well. So if I'm ever traveling, I do tend to look to see if there's a zoo that is worth visiting. Fact number 26. The Bath is the largest continuous underground shopping mall in North America, featuring over 1,200 stores. It is also home to a series of tunnels and walkways that connect around 70 buildings in downtown Toronto. Wow, that sounds amazing, and a lot of things within North America do tend to be a lot larger than where I come from. We have a number of different shopping malls here in Northern Ireland, and the biggest of those, I believe, are in Belfast, but compared to the shopping malls in North America, they are very small in nature, and I think the biggest one we have is maybe 5 different levels perhaps, but yeah, everything within America and Canada does tend to be a lot bigger than here in the UK. And that is our final fact for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. And if you want to see more facts about countries and places, check out the playlist in the description. And I will see you again soon.